Hi guys! There are over 82 million LinkedIn users in India, and every year 20 are chosen to feature in LinkedIn Top Voices list. This year I am privileged to be part of the list from India, and this has all happened because of constant content creation over the period of just 1 year and 3 months. Just a few months ago, I used to wonder what do people even post on LinkedIn. Plus, there's literally everyone over here. There are your peers, your hiring managers, your employers. Wouldn't they all judge? And I used to have a million doubts about content creation on LinkedIn. Should I do it? What should I post? How do I find my niche? Fast forward from there to today, I have gotten so many opportunities because of LinkedIn. I actually got my job at Intuit because of LinkedIn. I have got an opportunity to interview at a lot of amazing companies because of LinkedIn. I am part of LinkedIn for Creators program, and I have an amazing creator manager who guides me and helps me create and experiment more with my content now. Most of my posts now cross 1 lakh plus views. A few of them have crossed even a million views, and I do get thousands and lakhs of reactions. I feel I have built a very positive and nice community. I've interacted with a lot of people, and I also feel that a lot of credit of my YouTube growth goes to LinkedIn because a lot of collaborations happened because of LinkedIn. I got to connect with a lot of new people, a lot of amazing people. So, how did all of this happen? And to be honest, last year, February, when the LinkedIn Top Voices list was released, I had been creating content only for like 4 months then. So, I was not expecting to be there, but that is when I really wanted to be part of the list someday. An entire year have been trying to create better content to build a better community so that I get the chance to be part of the list. And today the dream has come true. So I want to share with you what all steps I took, what was my thought process, and how did I consciously try to be part of the list. So that's what today's video is about. But before we go ahead, let me tell you about the sponsor of the video.
𝐂𝐤𝐤 is a project based learning platform for you to learn new development skills and land top dev jobs. At 𝐂𝐤𝐤, you will learn full stack or backend development by building internship like projects in a real developer environment. At the end of the program, you will get to walk away with multiple projects in your resume, new dev skills, and a fantastic GitHub profile that should impress literally any recruiter. You also get personalized career assistance to land your dream job in software development. Use the link in the description below to get 10% additional scholarship to their signature programs and unlock free resources.
It's a great opportunity to get placement to build up your good GitHub profile. So do check it out. The link is in the comments. My first post on LinkedIn was the same day as my first video on YouTube. And for the first few months, I was just putting out the videos that I was putting on YouTube on LinkedIn, sharing that, you know what, I created this video, check it out. And that itself amazed me because I could reach so many more people on LinkedIn than on YouTube. I saw people commenting, sending me messages. I got opportunities to webinars, and I interacted with a lot more people on LinkedIn. And that's why my first point in today's video is that if nothing else, keep posting about your small achievements on LinkedIn, no matter how small or big those are. You never know the way people might get inspired or motivated. Some people might really stand by you, and that might motivate you to do better. Like for example, there are developers who just solve like 50 questions on LinkedIn and tag me that, you know what, I did that. And I go and comment over there, you know what, great job, keep up, and I am sure you have a long way ahead. And I am sure that gives them better reach, and that's helping me also build a great community, right? So it's helping both the parties. So things like this can help you get much better reach. So never be shy from sharing your small achievements also. I mean, I don't see how it can go wrong. It can just be positive. People can only appreciate that you are sharing your positives. If it doesn't work out for you, it's fine. But until you really experiment and put out some content, you won't know what will work or what will not work. You have to experiment. So the first few months till November, I was just putting out my content of YouTube on LinkedIn and just saying check it out. And I was struggling to see, what else can I put out. So during that time, what I did was I went through content of a lot of other people. I would check out so many profiles, I would see what others are putting up, and that I used to have a lot of ideas, but I never got the push to really put up the first two, three posts, to really put up, something different. I used to think that everything has already been put up. There is nothing new that I can share, right? And then I realized that there are posts which do well where there are characters. So I made my own characters, Guddu, Golu, Bablu, and I started putting some two, three posts, and that worked out well. The first two posts itself did well, and that was in November. And then my fear had reduced, that okay, I can try putting out different content and see what works. Okay. And then in November, Men's Day was there. And I always had this thing inside me that in my first company, I had noticed that on Women's Day, all women wear saris. I wore sari, and we were given small gifts and we were celebrated. But no one even knew when Men's Day was. And that sort of saddened me. And I thought, okay, LinkedIn seems a great place where you can talk about these things. And I remember being scared about it, but I could not wait to share this and see how it does. And one day before Men's Day, I put up the post, and it did well. It went viral. It had millions of views, thousands of reactions. I saw the screenshots being put up as WhatsApp statuses, as Insta statuses, and that was a dream come true. That was my first million. And that happened because I was not scared of talking about something that no one else talks about. And I think it also worked better for me because men talking about Men's Day might not work so much. Like, for example, when a woman, say I put up something about Women's Day, I always get backlash. Not all men, but men face more problems, blah, blah, blah. But a woman talking about men's problems was, I think, something no one had expected. And that post itself made me realize a lot of things about LinkedIn. Firstly, I understood very soon the amount of responsibility I had, because the number of followers is crazy on LinkedIn, right? So I have a great amount of responsibility because there are people from colleges, from schools also nowadays joining LinkedIn. So you have to make sure that you put out very positive and content, and you have to be very neutral. You can't be aggressive, you can't insult someone, you have to be extremely respectful, you have to respect everyone's opinions. I have had people who go like, oh Keerti, you are nonsense, you don't know what you're talking about, and I have politely replied that we can have our own perspectives, that's yours, this is mine. And I have seen this magic work with people, that after a few hateful comments they go like, you know what, I think you're right. And I have had messages that we really appreciate the way you deal with people on LinkedIn, and I think that somehow became my strength because I treated everyone with a lot of respect over there. Once I agreed that I became really angry because someone on Women's Day had posted of something about people being fake feminist, and it angered me so much because the guy had thousands of followers. And I think, when you have so many followers, it's a matter of responsibility, and you can't just put out things like this, calling people fake feminist, because that plays with people's heads, and that's not the kind of content that should be there on social media. And it angered me, but the lesson that I learned after that was that it just gave the person more reach. And because I commented on his post, after that I decided, and I learned the lesson that if I don't like someone's post, or if I find something wrong, I'm just going to report it. I'm going to mute the person, unfollow the person, block the person. And I made another post about that also, that these are the options that are available. Stop spreading negativity in the comments and on LinkedIn in general. And whenever I saw someone getting bullied, I would just post the link to my post that, you know what, you have these options. So instead of bullying and increasing the person's reach also, why don't you just try one of these options? Unfollow, mute. And So that's how I got started, and then I went on experimenting. Like for example, I used to post in morning and in evening and see which ones are doing better. Over time, I realized that when I put in morning, my posts do better. Then I started posting about just software engineering and about my experiences in general, in like work in general. And I realized whenever I shared something very emotional or something that I wrote from heart, worked much better than something that I would like plan for 2-3 days. Like there have been times where I planned some content at since 2-3 days, I structure it well and then I put it, and nobody really likes that content. But I am lying on bed at middle of the night and I'll just save draft and I'll put it in the morning. There might be even grammatical errors in the post, but it will do so well because people can actually connect with it. And that's how slowly I found my niche. I found that I can very openly share my thoughts without fearing any judgment or without thinking, oh, what will the person think? And that's what worked for me. I'm not saying that this is exactly what all of you should do, because different things work for different people. I have seen people post just memes and they also have thousands and lakhs of followers and they are doing very great. But that works for them. I have never shared meme as a content creator on LinkedIn. Uh, I like watching memes. I love memes on Insta and stuff. But as a creator, I have made a personal choice that I don't post them on LinkedIn. My creator manager, although was of completely different opinion, now she's pushing me to try different kinds of content. I have tried stuff like I've tried polls, I've tried videos and stuff, but I've never tried memes. But the point is that I experimented and I found my niche, and it doesn't come to you automatically or in 1 or 2 posts. It comes to you over time, over months, and eventually it will work out. Like for the first time, I shared that in my first company, I was asked to leave on time. I couldn't stay late at night while my male colleagues could stay late at night. And that was the first time I started talking about the gender bias that I have faced. And subconsciously, I didn't even know that it was a gender bias. But when I posted about it, I saw so many women being able to connect with it, and so many people talked about it. And that's when I started connecting the dots, and I thought, this is something that no one really talks about. Even the men's problems or women's problems, no one is talking about this on LinkedIn. And recently, if you see, I talked about period leaves and I talked about how there were so many biases in my college, and so many people connected with it, and thousands of people. And this is something that anyone can talk about, right? Even people in college themselves can talk about the things that they are facing in college, although they are more scared. Once you start working, you think, okay, now I can post about the things that I faced in college. I agree. But the point is, I have also talked about my school life. I have also talked about my college life. I have talked about my first work, my second work. I've talked about working in a startup, working in a FANG, about software engineering and different things, right? But never have I been scared of putting something on LinkedIn. Now, if you keep thinking about, oh, my manager is going to read the post, or someone or the CEO of the company is going to see the post, you will never be able to post anything. Honestly, when I start thinking about it, sometimes I sit and think and I see my number of followers and notice that I have more number of followers than some company pages or the CEO of the company. And that itself makes me a bit conscious, and I start thinking, should I post this? Should I not post this? But you, as a creator, you cannot let overthinking get to you. You have to be very, very open, and you can't let these things, because I am posting stuff on YouTube, LinkedIn, Insta all the time. So if I start thinking like this, my manager, CEO, or anyone from my team can still go and check out my Insta or anything, right? So if I'm a creator, I have to be open about this. If you're creating content, you have to live with it. Also, I have not been scared to approach people on LinkedIn. Like I have even like my first collaboration on YouTube with Clement happened because I messaged him on LinkedIn. I got the guts to message him. Maybe he would have collaborated with so many other people only but I was the one who got the guts to really, message him. Similarly, things might work out for you. All you have to do is take that like 2 seconds of courage and really just message the person, right? So, in the end, just want to say that be very mindful, respectful, experiment with a lot of content to find your niche on LinkedIn. Don't be scared of anyone, because this is the time of social media. You can't overthink stuff. Uh, Talk about things that you truly, truly believe in. And if people, and don't be very adamant with your opinions. There have been times where people have pointed out, what, you're wrong. Being respectful does not mean that I always go like, what, this is your perspective, this is my perspective, I'm always right. That is not the case. There have been times when I've really calmed down and thought about what the other person is saying, and I've accepted that I am wrong, you're right. I have deleted some posts because I no longer believe in them. I have apologized. I have, but in short, I have been very mindful of the kind of content that I want to put in. So this is how my journey has looked. Let me know if this has helped you. Feel free to ask me all your questions. And thank you so much for all your love and support. I am saying that I put in so much of effort and hard work, but none of this would have happened without you. For every single person who has commented or shared or messaged me, this is all because of you. Initially, I remember before I had like 20, 30K of followers, I used to try to reply to every single message. I have replied by audio messages, by normal messages. But in the starting, I made this principle that I'm going to reply to every single person. But then after that, it got just out of hand. I was not able to. And now also I try to, but doesn't happen. So I would say that, when you are on social media, treat others above you, treat them with so much respect. Make sure that you make time for them. Like for months, I have spent like half an hour, 45 minutes just replying to messages on LinkedIn every day, every single day. And I've helped people get discounts on courses. I've guided people. If I think I was not good enough to mentor someone, I have made them get in contact with people who could help. So I guess it has been a very long journey, but it was completely worth it to finally today, and so happy about it. So thank you so much. Bye. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. Thank you. Bye.